It's time for Cats Talk Wednesday. Small town and big city joined forces. Vinny Hardy of Lynch, Kentucky, and Terry Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, team up to give you free-flowing, laid-back sports talk. Focus on Kentucky Wildcats, as well as pertinent information in the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
And we are live. It's Game Day Wednesday TV.
Yeah.
Man, we might not even get to it, but all this Philly gear when the Niners play the Eagles, that's kind of got me a little thrown off. I know it's Sixers, not Eagles, but I'm
putting a little reverse voodoo out there.
Now, if me on the outside looking in, if I'm a Niners fan, because y'all played them a few years ago in the playoffs, you're a lot better at quarterback this time around, but the rest of the team might not be.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was a couple years ago in the NFC Championship game when Purdy got hurt, and so that was his. 3 years ago at this point now. So there was that game and not great. But I feel pretty confident about this one. I know we banged up a little bit, but we'll see.
Now this is we had last night. We had Duke playing Louisville. Niners Eagles. That's in the same category from me. So I guess I'd like to see if I had to lean 51-49. I'd lean y'all to beat them and then get knocked out the following week. But that's just me. But hey, I wish you all the best. Wish you all the best.
My dream scenario with this playoffs is obviously the 49ers getting to the Super Bowl, but beating the Packers in the NFC Championship game. That's my dream scenario. I don't know if it'll work, but just because the defense is just so beat up, you can only miss so many All-Pros before it starts getting. There are no linebackers that made the original 53-man roster. There are none left. They'll be playing on Sunday.
I saw where y'all got Eric Kendricks. He was playing for us a couple years ago, and I forget y'all picking, just plucking guys anywhere that you can.
They need bodies, so I'm not I'm not too one way or the other. Obviously, I want to win. I think they can win, but we'll see.
Absolutely, just like we'll see tonight. Speaking of bodies, the Cats have all their bodies. Maybe some changes to the starting lineup. I mean, what we saw Saturday, and if y'all don't know, we're here doing our thing on Wednesday, right quick before the game. If y'all caught TB on Round the Shot Sunday, I did episode on Believe Kentucky Monday, so y'all have heard us share thoughts before we got to us, but this is where we started, like TB said 14 years ago. So we get a little quick episode in before the Cats play Mizzou tonight, but Saturday
gotta win. Win. It's and so somebody I saw had a graphic that through 50 games, Pitino had the worst record through 50 games, and now Coach Pope is tied with Billy Gillespie. And I get it. Billy G had Gardner Webb and VMI and those kind of things. But also, we've been down 20 points a lot here recently. Mm-hmm. And if you've got to go back to probation era Pitino, look, man, I want this to work so bad. But there's just stretches where it's like, what are they doing?
We had never lost to Alabama 4 straight, and now we have.
There's a lot of that, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these Corey Price facts that's like, and so, and I get it. Everybody wants this to work.
Yep.
Right? Number one, we're all Kentucky fans. We all want the Cats to win. Mm-hmm. Full stop. But hey, this may not be it, man.
Missouri has never, ever won in Lexington. Forget just Rupp. They never won in Fayette County, Kentucky, PB. So we don't need that stat to change tonight. We already had, like you said, a lot of bad Corey Price research, and he's having to work overtime to dig with, all this stuff. You saw him Saturday night, just boom, 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 boom. We don't need that. This is Missouri's first win in Fayette County in the history of their university. We don't need that.
We don't need that. And, I said this and I've been pondering. We really have, look, last year was fun, right? We kind of got a swagger back a little bit.
Yeah.
But take off the rose-colored cat glasses. It was just a Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And people point out we hadn't been there for a while. Okay. The longest drought previous to this one was 5 years between 2005 and 2009. Right?
Yep.
What was Coach Cal's response to understand the assignment? Here's John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, and DeMarcus Cousins, and we won't lose our third game until March.
Yeah.
I was thinking as far as year 1, year 2, this run for Pope is pretty bad. When you consider Cal went Elite 8, Final 4.
Yeah.
Tubby went championship and Elite 8. And see, I saw somebody put this out here. I forget what big account said, this feels like Tubby. And I said, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, people have been very cavalier about Tubby Smith's run in Lexington. I know the last 2 or 3 seasons, okay. But a championship and 3 other Elite 8s,
yeah.
Like, we need to be honest, that's a pretty good run.
From 98 to, 07? Yeah. Yeah.
And putting dudes in the league, my Keith Bogans and Tayshaun Prince, underrated all-stars. But anyway, so Tubby goes championship, Elite 8. You take away the 2 probation years from Patino.
Mm-hmm.
His first tournament run gives us the Duke game, the Christian Laettner game.
Yeah.
His second one is a Final 4.
Yeah.
Eddie Sutton, year 1 is 86. That's Elite 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should have been a Final 4, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, there's understanding the assignment, and then there's doing what the assignment requires.
Mm.
And again, people keep telling me NIL is different. Nothing I have seen about this team has anything to do with NIL.
Right.
This team's inability to play defense and run a cohesive offense, that's nothing to do with NIL.
Nope.
Right? Like, the players we got them.
Yeah.
And now you got to coach them up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you don't even need to have the most talented team to win. We have seen that. We've seen Jamal Mashburn and the Unforgettables give Duke the business, right? That 1998 team, as far as Kentucky standards, not a lot of talent, comparatively speaking. Let me be, but 98, right? The team that we thought was going to be Cal's first Final 4 team, that aforementioned John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, it was the Brandon Knight team.
Yeah.
That got it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about the stuff I'm seeing. It's not about talent. It's about what are we doing?
Yep.
And so it's got to be fixed, because right now they're not a tournament team.
Yeah.
Right now they're playing on Wednesday at the SEC tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how we've looked down our nose at that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite memories was covering the SEC tournament. Get down there on a Friday, and I can't remember who the opposing person was, but it's Friday, and all the Kentucky people just show up.
Yeah.
We there getting our media credentials, and like, oh, here come the Kentucky people. Like, why am I coming on Wednesday for? To watch LSU Mississippi State play? No, thank you. Like, and so right now we're on that trajectory.
Yeah.
And that's what you can't have.
And I forget. I was watching y'all on Round the Shots, and look, y'all follow us on the other shows that we do. I know a lot of y'all do. We appreciate that, and they appreciate it too. One of the panelists said we haven't been relevant this decade. He's talking about 2020, and we started this year ranked ninth in the preseason poll, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, ninth for number 9," and we slid out of the poll after Gonzaga. Were we unranked or
I think
And so here we are, most of December, all of January, and if unless they click and change, it's gonna be irrelevant for our standards kind of year. We're just
and I get why people say that, but again, we have not been bereft in the 2020s. We had a unanimous National Player of the Year. We were a 2 seed, 3 seed. I know that's not exactly what we're here for, but we weren't bereft of things.
Relevancy. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so the difference is, I think, with this team, we don't have a dude. Because even Coach Cal's last year, right? I know losing to Oakland sucked, but we had moments where it's like Reed Shepard. Was it a game he was on the road? Was that Mississippi State? One of those games. Reed just said, "I got this."
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and then against Tennessee, so we
had him and Rob both.
Yeah. Rob had a game against Texas A&M. Like, I got this. Yeah. So you need one of those, and we don't have that person right now. Like, Oweh, I think, is close, but as I said last year, he's about 3 inches shorter, too short to be that guy.
Yeah.
And so we're going to continue most of these big-time matchups where we won't have the best player on the court.
Yeah.
And that's look, we can talk about irrelevance and all that kind of stuff, but say what you will about Billy Gillispie. I know he's talked about the University of Jody Meeks, but as bad as that team was, Jody Meeks could go get you 45 points.
Yeah,
that was something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was something. This team has no sizzle.
Billy could waste it, but Jody would go. Right. Get it.
Right. So if you're not gonna, go get it, right? Yeah. That was during the 2013 year, when it was clear that team was not clicking. I enjoyed watching Nerlens Noel until he got injured.
Yeah.
I still got that night down at Ole Miss.
Oh man.
Best defensive performance I've seen at the college level, but that's
how many of those blocks he had 4 fouls, and they was going at him, and he still was blocking.
The most ridiculous defensive performance I've ever seen.
I got 4 fouls. I know it. Y'all know it, but I'm still protecting his rim.
Right. And so now we're just kind of quasi there. I don't know. And then we're not getting coach speak from Coach Pope. We're getting a lot of psychoanalysis stuff. The word salad we got from his coaching show. Hey man, just win games. Like, I don't know what we're doing, but this ain't it.
And I was going to ask you, because since I'm not covered anymore, I do listen to him, try to listen to him every week. And first of all, it ought to be a call-in show. I don't know why we went Dabo. We didn't even have a Tyler and Spartanburg moment, and we just getting texts and we're getting calls, and then we get John Pelfrey one week, and then Kevin Greavy one week, and all that. Travis Ford this past Monday. But Tom,
listen to what I told you 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, right? A team or a franchise is on some, to quote Shannon Sharp, some bull jive. When it's like, y'all remember John Pelfrey? Y'all remember Travis Ford? Right? When Jerry Jones does something crazy, all of a sudden, what does he do? Here, Jimmy Johnson, how about them Cowboys, right? Right? Like that's what they do over. It's like, what are we doing here? And
it was, and look, Tom will read a text or read an email or whatever, but it's still, it won't have that same tone as if the caller called in and said it. Now, there's times where a caller may be doing too much and you gotta get him
Right.
off. But if a person's just legit, just normal, frustrated, the coach should have thick enough skin to be able to take that call or that question. Stoops always said, "I'm a big boy. I'm this, that, and the other." But the Tom read, I can't even find it. I typed it in verbatim. Tom read it. What is it with the going under screens versus going over screens? And Pope said, "Yeah, we don't go under screens." And Tom, who to me softens everything, said, "Well, was that kind of a mistake from Saturday?" Basically, like, dude, y'all was going under screens all day Saturday. He called him. And
do you know we can see these games? Look, man.
Like, what game were you watching? That's basically what Tom said. What games you watching, man?
And that's the frustrating thing is what Alabama does is what we were supposed to do, right? And then post game, Nate Oates
again, because he didn't count.
Nate Oates may as well, like the kids put the Ether soundtrack on there. Like, we broke down the way they get their, like, I'm gonna break down your analysis, your numbers, your analytics, and I'm gonna tell you why your team's not very good. Like, I it's frustrating. And again, I keep saying I'm tired of every big game, the announcers at some point saying, if Kentucky can get it to 10.
Yeah.
Like, that's not it. You know, he's what, 11-10 in his last 21 SEC games. Last 35 games, there's been what, 8 or 9 games been down by at least 20 points. Like, I don't know. And you can't sit out here and say, we told these guys, like, if you just rolled out with some role players, this is what we said do. And we would rock with it.
Yeah. Role players that played hard and fought for 40 minutes. But it would suck, but we'd be like, all right, we are. But this is supposed to be a Ferrari and just all these threes and all this offense and all this cutting edge, high tech, top of the line stuff. And man,
and that's been my thing, right? The whole thing at the end of Cal's thing was this archaic offense.
Yeah.
Archaic offense, right? Just Cal's not modern. He's blah, 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 blah. His time is passing by. And all we heard coming in was this new kind of offense. What are we doing? 5 minutes, 6 minute stretches with no field goals. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And then we thought we had got the secret sauce with the St. John's game. Okay, we're going to take it back. We're going to be like them Tubby teams. We're going to grind this out.
Yep.
We're going to make you work. We're going to grind this out. Again, it's not aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the Tubby slander is it's not appeasing. Like, I before the Alabama game, I went, if you remember, it was, I think it was 05, the Alabama game. They kept Alabama scores for like 9 minutes without a field goal for 11 minutes. And it was like a 74-61 game or whatever it was. Like, that's not pretty. I granted, it's this close to Virginia, right? It's this close. So I get it. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it was successful. And I thought, okay, this is what they're going to do moving forward. And then we don't do that no more. We got guys jogging back. We got, I don't know. Like, what are y'all doing at practice?
Yeah. See, this is all the stuff you would say every week when it was the wheels was falling off for Stoops. What are we doing at practice? And now you're saying the same thing about the basketball.
Like what are we doing? Right? Like, if because the thing is, for whatever reason, Tennessee's high-paced offense always seemed to catch Kentucky off guard.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And Tennessee would snap the ball quick, and then Soups come out like, well, we knew they were going to do that. Obviously, you did. Like, what? There's no surprise here, and so Alabama plays this way. You've got to fight over the screen and not do it 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I found it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you? He said it didn't have a name, but what do you teach the guys in terms of ball screens, going over versus going under? Mark Pope. Yeah, we don't go into very many ball screens. There are occasions when they're really, really high, and Tom just cut them off. Did it happen sometimes by mistake on Saturday? Boy,
look, man. I want this to work, but let this team play on Wednesday of the SEC tournament. Like, we've only got so many more games to figure this out.
Yeah.
That's the scary part, right? Because it's an 18-game season.
Yeah, 17 left.
Right. Like, that's not a lot of time. It feels like a lot of time, but it's really not a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a month and a half. It's March.
Yeah.
A month and a half is March.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what? And look, I know I'm the sunshine and rainbows guy.
Right.
Right. I get that. Sunshine, rainbows, because previously we had a Hall of Fame coach and it was like, he could figure this out, obviously. But what are we pointing to that Pope can figure this out besides hope and dreams? What have we seen, right? Because if you remember those last couple of Cal years, it was like, well, remember 2011 turned it around. Like they couldn't win on the road to save their life, right?
Yeah.
Flipped it around, right?
Yep.
2014, again, that's the championship that hurts me. I know 2015 undefeated. 2014 would have been a Disney movie. Because if you remember, they were terrible. Cal got tossed at South Carolina, and Aaron Harrison said, basically, we're going to make y'all proud.
Yeah.
And then he boom, boom, boom. If we close it out against UConn, that's a movie. That's a movie, right?
Yeah.
And so what is Pope pulling from to right the ship besides hopes and dreams?
Yeah.
That was my point when we made the hire, and I was like, I don't know. Because, as you and I have discussed, every coach, including Billy Gillispie, that showed up had done something somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Billy G had Texas A&M in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
We know
Louisville and Rupp, right?
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We know what Cal did at Memphis and UMass. We know Tubby had 4 or 5 straight 16 years between Tulsa and Georgia. We know what Pitino did going back to Providence.
Yeah.
We know what Eddie Sutton did at Arkansas. Right?
Yep.
Probably you got to go all the way back to Joe B to find someone with that thin of a resume.
Yeah.
Which I still say Joe B. Hall really should be talked about a whole lot more. Not too many people follow up. I ain't talking about following up a good coach. Yeah. I'm talking about following up the dude whose name's on the building. And quiet as it's kept, Joe B got Negroes to play for Kentucky. Like if you look at all the teams that Kentucky was beating with Adolph Rupp, a lot of those teams fell by the wayside. But Joe B gave proof of concept. We're inviting everybody here. And then he won, right? So I would watch a Joe B documentary, him and Leonard Hamilton and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I get it. You want to be positive, right? Because, again, I'm a positive person by nature. But you have to ask yourself, is it more likely that a Hall of Fame coach figures it out? Or we got a lot of hopes and dreams on this. And I want it to work. I want it to work.
Yeah.
But it's awful thin, the coaches that go back to their alma maters and do that. It's very slim.
Yeah. Yeah. So Missouri tonight, Mississippi State at home, at LSU, then down here for Tennessee, Texas, Ole Miss, and look, that Travis Perry return game, if we ain't guarding the 3 no better.
Yeah.
At Vanderbilt, who is currently undefeated, then is at Arkansas. That rounds out January. So,
yeah, and the former coach gonna want to put one on like he did last year. That's what turned his season around last year.
Yeah, you just talked about figuring stuff out. They started like 0-5 in SEC play, and we was laughing at cow down there. Oh man, the chicken money, Tyson chicken,
wasting the chicken man money, and came in and put it on Kentucky.
Ooh,
figured it out.
Yeah,
put St. John's out of the tournament, right? Like, I want it to work, but we'll see. Speaking of working, before we get out of here, Coach Brooks has got it working, baby.
Oh,
Coach Brooks has got it working, buddy.
That's what you do. You go down on the road and do him like that, and then you come back at home and you're not even flat. You beat them the way you're supposed to.
And hey, because what I'm seeing, because I follow a lot of women's basketball accounts, Kentucky's becoming a thing. Like, oh, Kenny Brooks is cooking.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted. Again, Kenny Brooks showed up. He had Virginia Tech in the Final Four.
Yeah.
2 years before he came here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right. You done something. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens tonight. But tonight is must win.
Yeah.
I ain't even going for style points. Just win, man. Just win.
Mm-hmm.
Because that burden isn't going to get any easier.
Yep.
Right, with all those games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what did Cal in. I there were some high moments during the regular season, but the way when tournament time rolled around, we saw that against Oakland, and it was not going to get any easier.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you can't beat Missouri tonight, Tennessee's not having that great of a season. If you can't get some of these games, because you're again, you only got 17 games left.
Mm-hmm. You got teams coming in here stealing games at Rupp. It's going.
Yeah.
And the league isn't what it was last year. It's not going to be 14 teams making the tournament, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But as quote down as it is, the way we're playing, it still seems daunting unless they really figure out how they're supposed to be playing every night.
Absolutely. So we'll see. Go Cats as always.
Yes.
But stop getting down 20 points.
Absolutely. So we'll go and watch these boys against Missouri, Mississippi State this weekend. We'll be back next Wednesday, and maybe we'll have a different tone to the show. Hopefully this isn't a recurring topic. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm right there with you.
17 games left. We'll see. Cats Talk Wednesday, BS3 Network. Appreciate everybody. Try not to, I don't know. You clean how you clean. Whatever you got to do. We need to have some nights where you don't clean, but this kind of season, you're going to be running through. I
ain't even been cleaning.
Oh.
Like, nice. I got my stuff out Saturday, and I was like, oh, let me put this up. Because I ain't got no nervous energy to build off of.
Right.
The burn off.
That's what they've done to you.
Yeah. And then Saturday night, my Niners laid a big stink egg. Ooh. So me and a friend of the show, Aaron Huff, we was texting like, any of our teams going to play defense today? I said, probably, obviously not. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So we appreciate y'all. Everybody came through. Appreciate y'all. And let's go watch this game. And we'll be back next week. TV and Vinny. Cats Talk Wednesday. Holla at y'all next time.